Previously, I showed you how to get Blue Link onto Home Assistant so you can monitor the car from anywhere in the world. Whether it's from Hyundai or Kia, you can do it. So today, I'm going to show you how to monitor just the 12 volts. The 12 volt battery is notorious for dying just because of the ICCU or whatnot. We're going to monitor it, and just in case it dies on you, we're going to jump it with a booster. And just in case you can't save it with a booster, we're going to swap out the 12 volts entirely with something that's even better than the factory default battery. Something like an AGM battery pack. If you are able to successfully link your Blue Link accounts onto Home Assistant, then you should see something like this, a battery icon. I rename it to 12 volts battery estimate just because it is an estimate and it is not updated by the minute. Also, as you can see here, once in a while it's down, therefore it's unavailable. When you click on it, of course you're going to see the full history of it. So here we go. The last time it reported, the value was 13 minutes ago. Normally, the default battery from the factory is hovering around 80%. I've never seen it more than 82% ever. And anytime that it dips below 60%, that means it's dying. Here at 52%, it's pretty much a goner. So if you want, definitely set up an alert for anything that's below 60%. Click on the icon, go to device info, click on the plus icon to set up an automation. Here I already did it, so this is what it looks like. The trigger will be when that entity dips below 65%. When it dips below 65%, go ahead and send me a notification via Telegram and keep sending it again and again to make sure that I get the alert. What happened was that one time I got the alert at almost midnight, so that's why I missed the alert completely, and I woke up to the car that's pretty much dead. By the way, this is what it looks like with the AGM battery characteristics. It can go up all the way to 98%, and the lowest I've ever seen it is at about 68%. Once it hits that level, it will start charging itself up again, back to 98%. With a dead 12 volt battery, you can't unlock your car with the fob. You can press it all day if you want, but it's not going to unlock the door. You can tap on the square areas and try to unlock it that way, but again, it won't work. On the charging port side, if you try to charge up the car, it will not charge up. Usually you would see the lights on, but here it's nothing at all. So now you have to unlock the car manually. On the fob, look on the back of it, press this button right here and release the key. Then go to the driver's side door, press on it to release the lever, insert your key, turn it counterclockwise to unlock the door, and then open the door by pulling it. Once you're inside the car, go ahead and pull on the lever, on this lever, to release the hood. Go to the front of the car, slide your hand underneath the hood. You'll feel some resistance somewhere in the middle, so go ahead and push it more further to the left and then lift the hood up. Lift up this cover of the trunk. Next, go ahead and lift up this cover. On the right hand side, grab this piece right here and yank it straight up. To remove this, all you have to do is squeeze this cover right here and then lift it straight up. If you're curious what the voltage reading is, go ahead and grab yourself a multimeter, put it into DC voltage mode and measure it. So here I'm getting just 3.37 volts, which is really bad because anything under 10 volts, it's super bad already. Once your multimeter is in the DC mode, go ahead and put the black pin onto the negative terminal of the 12 volt battery. The red pin will go to the positive terminal of the 12 volt battery. No matter how I measure it, here you can clearly see that the battery is good as dead at 3.38 volt. Now it's time to jump the car. I highly recommend getting one of these 12 volt booster for your car. You can see a review of it in a previous video. Press on the power button to see how many bars are left. There must be at least 3 bars before you continue trying to boost your battery. If you forget on how to use it, there's always the instruction right here on the plug. Go ahead and connect the black to the black terminal, the red to the red terminal of the car. Now, something very interesting to note is that if it's green, you're not supposed to hit the boost button right here. You're supposed to wait for it to be blinking green. But for this electric vehicle, it doesn't work the same way as an ICE vehicle. As soon as you see the green button, you can go ahead and press on the boost button. You don't have to wait for it to be blinking green. As soon as I press the boost button, the car comes back to life. The alarm will go off instantly. So be sure you have the remote fob on hand to disarm the car. Otherwise, it might wake up the neighbors if they're still sleeping. And just for fun, we're going to use a multimeter to measure the voltage again. And it's back down to 3.6 volts. What does that mean? It means that as soon as you boost up the car, you only have about 5 seconds to start the car. Otherwise, the battery will start draining immediately. And if that's the case, you have to boost it up again. So I boosted up my car and I started the engine. This is actually my second time booting up. And I was able to boost the car, drove it to the nearest AutoZone or wherever you want to buy your 12-volt battery to replace the battery. If money is no object, go ahead and get this all-new lithium battery. Personally, I think this is way overkill and I'm not sure if it's fully compatible with our car. Any AGM battery will work, like here's this one for our Ioniq5. Personally, I couldn't wait for Amazon to deliver the battery, so went ahead and went to AutoZone myself. Grabbed this nice platinum AGM battery for about $244. After taxes and everything, it comes out to be about $290. And if you return the old battery, the defective battery, they'll give you $22 back. Recently, I went to the dealership for the ICCU and the VCU recall. I told a guy about my experience with the 12-volt battery deads, and he said call this number and you'll get reimbursed. I haven't called the number yet, and once I do, I'll give you an update in the video description down below. If you have a different experience, please let me know how it went. Alright, now that we got the new AGM battery on hand, it's time to replace the old one with the new one. Before you work on the battery, it is highly recommended that you pop this tab up to disconnect the big battery. Pulling this tab up will prevent the big battery from going into the 12-volt battery. Or else, you might get fried. I don't know. Right now, it's already pulled up, so that's why you're seeing 2 visible contacts right there. Removing the old 12-volt battery is pretty easy. You need a 10mm socket wrench. Turn this nut counterclockwise to loosen it. You don't have to remove the whole nut, just loosen it up. Once it's loosened enough, then you can remove this whole clamp right here. Lift it straight up. We're going to do the same thing for this negative terminal. Remember, there's no need to remove the nut, just loosen it enough so that you can lift it straight up. Beneath the battery, there is a metal bracket. You'll definitely see it. And in order to loosen that nut, you'll need a 12mm socket. And you need like a foot extension of it, because that nut is very, very deep. This is what the bracket looks like. There's the nut that we loosen it up. You have to take it out, the whole thing out. Finally, you can lift up this handle and lift the whole battery straight up and out. Once again, this is the battery from AutoZone. The brand that they carry is Duralast. Go ahead and lower the new battery into position. You might have to wiggle it a little bit back and forth just for it to get into position. Put the metal bracket back in. It can only go one way, by the way. There's no other way that it can fit. Once in position, go ahead and tighten the nut with the 12mm socket. With the metal bracket holding the new battery in place, go ahead and put the negative and the positive terminal back on. Tighten the nut with the 10mm sockets. And finally, don't forget to press on this tab right here. Press it down so that way the big battery can charge up this 12-volt battery. The whole process of swapping out your battery should take no more than 10 minutes, assuming that you have all the tools already. Alright, hopefully this video helps you on how to monitor the 12 volts and ultimately replace it if you have to. I really appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel, liking this video, and thanks for watching.